All eyes will Friday be glued to 5 judges of the appellate court that is expected to issue a landmark judgment over whether or not results announced by returning officers at the constituency level are final.
There are certain scenarios that may happen. One, we may have all the judges agreeing on the issue, either to confirm the High Court decision or they might agree also to overturn it entirely, and in which case then possibly one decision will be delivered by all the judges. But you can also have a scenario where the judges will disagree on the principles of the law and on the findings, and in which case you might have certain judges writing a joint decision and others writing separate decisions.
We expect this being an appeal court can do 2 things. It can uphold the decisions of the High Court. If the decisions of the High Court are upheld, it would have its own serious logistical implications and also serious legal implications as to what this will mean.
The hearing of IEBC appeal was done by the 5 appellate judges between 6th and 7th of this month. In the case, IEBC challenged an earlier ruling by the High Court that declared that the presidential results announced by the 290 constituency returning officers are final. The Wafula Chebukati-led electoral body submitted before the judges that the mandate to audit the presidential election results, approve or disapprove, and check for errors after receiving them from returning officers lie within the jurisdiction of the Commission's chairperson.
If there are 50 results from returning officers who have declared results that you disagree with, then you may have to sue the 50 returning officers to overturn their results. So there was a good basis, in my view, why IEBC lodged that appeal.
However, the opposition code led by senior counsel countered this narrative, arguing that the role of IEBC chairman is only limited to declaration of the results as received from the returning officers. Other respondents in the case included human rights activists Maina Kiai, Half Halifa, and Tirop Arab Kitur. They argued that it is at the point of national tallying that votes can be altered to suit a candidate, which could be a recipe for chaos apps.
What I think and what most Kenyans want is credible elections, peaceful. It doesn't matter where the results are being announced from. If the independent commission and the elections commission do their work properly and genuinely and sincerely.
To say that you are going to announce presidential results without any form of verification at the national level, I think for me this would be a very dangerous crisis for this country. And I speak as a Kenyan, irrespective of who can be able to succeed to rig themselves. And this does not actually give an advantage to anybody, because you can rig in your area, you can rig in another area, isn't it? But so you can, from a point of view of rigging, you can cancel each other out. But the problem is, we have had problem with legitimacy of elections. Do you want to make this process worse?
Of contention being Article 138, Section 3C of the Constitution, which states that after counting the votes in the polling stations, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission shall tally and verify the count and declare the results.
I can assure you, almost 100%, that however the outcome of this matter, there will be an appeal to the Supreme Court. Yeah, the different parties who have gone to the court, it is almost a matter of life and death for them. And since the Court of Appeal is not the final end, there is a right to appeal on any constitutional question to the Supreme Court.
Another controversial article is Section 39(2)(3) of the Elections Act, which states that before determining and declaring the final results of an election under subsection 1, the Commission may announce the provisional results of an election and final results in the order in which the tallying of the results is completed. It remains to be seen whether the High Court ruling will be upheld or not. However, one thing remains evident: no matter the outcome of the case, the matter will end up at the Supreme Court. Lilian Otieno, for Channel 1 News.